Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra Abyssosk. Well.
Перевірка. Чутно? Коротше, поки Антон на вихідному, я собі граю в Genshin, свою гру, в яку він не хоче грати. Так що поки бігаю, розслабляюсь. Добрий вечір, Антон. Я тебе сьогодні ще не бачила тут. На выходном, это в каком-то отдельном месте, что он пишет, а не говорит. Ні, просто я зараз стрімлю, а він в іншій кімнаті займається, то... Да, того пишеть. Контролює. Жартую. Да, сюди співаю. Що це він тут сплять? Тут можна персонажів перемикати. Тут у мене багато персонажів. Можу показати. Так, оце час. Це всі персонажі, що в мене є. Ну, тут вони, звісно, дещо кращі, дещо гірші. Типу, хто більш як прокачаний. Всі різні. Тут стихія вогонь, вода, повітря, гео і кріо. А, і електро. Іра не хоче молитись на крутого персонажа, вона буде молитись на хайпового. Я буду молитись на хайпового, бо у мене крутий персонаж вже є. Не фуловий, але є. Вона крута, але я хочу ще спробувати десятку вкинути на іншого персонажа, так що ще подивлюсь. Ну я на крутого ще буду молитись. Так що все. Не треба на мене тут наговорювати. Так що мені взяти сьогодні поробити? Оцю фігню пороблю. А що в разі між крутим і хайповим десятку чого? Ні, це десятка не гривнів, це валюта ігрова, яку ти збираєш з опитом, проходиш завдання, тобі за це дають ці пряму валюту. Ось. Коротше, тобі дають ось такі кристалики, ти їх 160 конвертуєш в ось таку малінку, і потім можна або по одному, або десяточку одразу молитись. У мене вже цей персонаж є, то я буду молитись на у цього, але ще це виходить 5-значний персонаж, а це 4-зіркові персонажі. Буду молити десятку на оцю. Вона прикольна. Зараз покажу. Тестування її. Де тут тестовий забіг? Так. Ну. Добрий вечір. Ульта прикольна. Я щось не можу нажати, мені здається, трошки не те роблю. Це я не вимовила. Шкода, але нічого. Для безкоштовних молілок нічого страшного. Ні, блін, ще не спію. Не спіла трохи.
I the frost moon hold.
Все, почитай, що там писав. Профілі ігроків. Не розумію, трохи про що ви. Коротше, тут більш фарм, реально. Так, ось вона. Та що ногу на ногу. Я не пам'ятаю, що я тут робила.
Shower you with praise.
Тут робила.
Into the wind.
Там їх треба якось позбирати, наче.
One with nature.
Unleash! Coming at ya! Watch out! May I present? Take your true form! Coming at ya!
The wind knows it. Clouds high. The birds.
Cryo incarnate! Let my name echo in song! Hey there! A proper send-off!
Wind strider.
Watch out! Coming at ya! Coming at ya. Time to shine. Hey there. Ah. May I present?
Для досвіду треба, мабуть, коментарі писати, щоб бути номер 1. Не знаю.
Follow.
Oh, it's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town.
Хвилинку, бо в мене щось злетіло. О, все пішло добре.
Still no news about Rarer, though. Where could he have slunk off to?
Я не буду Паймону біжать. Хай живе собі
Thought
дитина.
he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before,
Hello, you must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flynn's has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry.
a wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over this. Come on, let's go.
Він і то може. Він людина оркестру. І в принтері займається, і слухає, дивиться.
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole air.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
Ні, гра непогана, можна і на мобілці грати також, і друг до дружки заходити, але там можна заходити, якщо ти, здається, не дуже по рівню відстаєш. Бо як ми почали грати, у Антона був 6-й рівень, а я до 18-го дійшла, і він до мене не міг під'єднатись, бо у нас був розрив по рівням. Тому там, в принципі, здається, треба, щоб були невелика різниця між рівнями. Ну, це треба подивитись, бо я вже давно, в принципі, в кооператив тільки в суміжні ігри грала тут.
He's not seriously still getting stronger. What? Everyone's here already.
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of...
And we're sure that Rary, who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon.
Traveler, there wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh,
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
yeah. If I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, unless something went wrong. His whole resurrect
The other thing is, how does some...
beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss.
Actually sounds
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our nose. Besides his name and title, we know
exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still... So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting strong. Last time we had Marionette and her big... Oh, Paimon's head hurts.
Мене підвисло, здається.
What are we supposed...
Підвисло чи ні?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target somewhere like the Eye of Krati.
A perfectly reasonable.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goals,
Wait, why?
if I recall correctly,
That's right. Yes.
Так, у нього, у цього типа лампа. Ну, я його тобі зараз не покажу.
But I guess we don't... And if we do run into Rerir, what then?
Я тобі не покажу, бо зараз на нього вже нема тестового забігу, того можу показати хіба що в огляді персонажа.
Didn't you say...
agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rerir, do
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Neffer, let's go.
Зараз покажу його. Так, де це? Галерея персонажів. О, ось він.
Being too popular can be such a hassle.
Світілку таку? Я, в принципі, розумію, які можна зробити. Як модельку теж можна дістати чи зробити, але, мабуть, ні. Таку ні. Таку світилку не дуже хочу.
Feeling lucky?
А яку хочу?
Any leads?
Зараз подумаю.
It feels like we're sitting on a
Ну, не
power
таку
plant that could
точно.
go off at any second. Ugh. loving the word.
I questioned a few Ratnik, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either
He's been biding his time for a while.
no,
All we can do now is hope. Wait, he's actually here?
No, it's Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kuthar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
Окей.
Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
no time for questions. Stop him!
Ні, я сердечко не бачу. Я не б'юсь. Воно само.
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kuthar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
Отак от. Подивилась аніме і спать. Ну, я недовго буду.
That was too close. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Neffer showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her. We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out, but
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kuthar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kuthar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions referred.
wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon,
Kuthar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and seeks. But, right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have?
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make
О,
your
тепер
escape.
я бачу. Не сердечки, а салюти. Тільки що бачила. Бачу. І сердечки. Бачу, все бачу.
Wait, what?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need. A coyote doesn't stop for... What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence...
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk...
Rurir's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings if it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. And that sometimes, after much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions, any relationship based on need, is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay. Not you were born here, and now you've returned.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances.
It is. But I find it very draining. Rejected by the world. My power is
What do you mean, rejected by the...
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era, in which they came into being. The 3 moons are not one and the same. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the... But this method of recovery is painful.
Йо, зараз будемо битись.
It's the wild hunt.
Even faster than we expect.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us.
Then what are we waiting for?
О, мені дали всіх погратись, прикольно.
The long sleep.
Ось тобі, до речі, цей чел, про якого ти питав.
Rerear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them. And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape. This goes on much longer.
Annihilation mode.
Leave this place for the everlasting.
Preparing for Dasa.
By the Frost Moon again.
Треба було, мабуть, на нього теж молитись. Він непоганий, в принципі.
Protect us for the everlasting.
Observe. Beware the creatures of the night.
Annihilation mode.
Killing us. With one heart,
Close your eyes. Observe.
Ultimatum protocol.
О. А риба-пилосос, як вона тобі? Риба, робо, пилосос нормально. Але я її не прокачувала ще. Я її як викрутила, то ще не качала. Холтет. Не такий меч схожий є. Чи це такий самий? Ні, не такий.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could.
Uncle Varka! You're back from Amspartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grandmaster of...
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole.
Oh, is that where I...
That's the one. Come on, move!
Move. Такий. Який? Такий.
Wow! Where are we? This is...
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of... AKA, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy.
А,
As an
ну, зараз гляну.
on foreign soil.
Подивлюсь, який
Working with them
меч.
has offered us the most... Anyway, where were we? Allow me to introduce...
We've heard all about you. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age.
Spring
Definitely feeling some of
chicken.
that back pain
Понятно?
today, though.
Another.
Yep. He wasn't nearly as
Цыпленок
strong back.
сыпал.
My squad took heavy injuries and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last
чё?
chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the wild hunt.
Is that why he's been...
Maybe I'm part of the equation.
Це чоловіча версія Джин.
I'm sure he'd still be
Це тобі,
gathering
Антон,
power.
якщо що.
He's clearly
Note to self. Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what...
that's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly... You stood with us against the wild hunt and did everything you could to stop...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. But now that a new variable has come into play...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a... That said, while I know I was explaining everything just now...
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what... I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss...
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A Nodcrian Ratnik's Field...
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can... Still, it's safest to assume they won't be... Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team... But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while...
Надгробок Вовка?
And from everything you told me, it sounds like his...
Що ти маєш на
team
увазі?
began well before... But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any idea?
Right now, we've got at least three things. First, we need to figure out how to take down... To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force...
What if there was a way to tap into a new...
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
Я зараз подивлюсь зараз, чи є вони такі меч, чи ні.
The Eternal Moon was the... They say that back then, that I now bear the Frost Moon's power.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The Iridescent Moon.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more...
The three moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However,
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The experimental...
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second as you saw for yourselves. When he was... People's obsessions often reveal their great... The wild hunt is plagued not...
It's true. If Kuthar hadn't given us the...
But where would we even start?
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion
Oh.
for someone who's so painstakingly
She heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business.
Details. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan. We can't do this without the curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough...
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about... Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides...
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Well, this certainly qualifies as an...
So you're just going to sit the...
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you?
Oh?
I can't put a price. If you insist on...
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start...
Boss, just a thought. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. If there's any way we can make this...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, Flins. That fragment that Rerir was after.
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up.
Wait!
Shh.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract... I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with...
Який жахливий ліпсінг, чи як це називається, це жах.
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. And Neffer did a scan of the
Це
moon
жах.
goddess once they're ready. We'll deploy...
Вони не
speed
попадають
aircraft,
з
not
свої
so as
слова.
long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't...
I like it. Genius.
No biggie.
All right, then. We'll split into Once your team has finished their mission, return...
У Хуана Лап якийсь період жіночих персонажів інших вікових категорій давно не було. Ну, Фей? Окей.
Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our...
We're not looking for any trouble.
Do I need to remind you that you're out of consideration for our...
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be...
Вірю. Дайте йому коронку. Так, дайте мені подивитися, яка в мене зброя є. Не дадуть ще. Ну ладно.
So tell me, to
What do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
Да. Сейчас буду Арлекино.
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
Is she? No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Французский диалог. Рил.
Rary is
Реально.
tempting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal...
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it...
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so...
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power.
Чого у Ноэль? Бо...
Back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
У Ноэль сукня крутіша. Maybe. Оце прикольний ключик на спині крутиться.
You didn't have as much of a reason to... The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. Guess that's... that might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer.
Huh? What do you mean?
Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think... Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time. Stay and watch if you want. But it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as... Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
Таращиться без очей.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where it's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations.
А, це я управляю, окей. Що таке? Що таке? О, тут уже друге. По-іншому трохи стріляє. Теж непогано. А для різноманіття так. Ой, щось вони так швидко тут близько підійшли. Чесно, якби я побачила півроку назад цей геймплей, я б не подумала, що я в Genshin граю. Я б так і не сказала. Да, трохи працює, коли світло є. Хтось стрімить, хтось працює. Так, по черзі. Сьогодні світло не вимикало, слава Богу. Мені цікаво, з цього щось взагалі є, що я стріляю? Чи вони теоретично самі по собі вибухають? Це так, чисто подивись, позабавляйся. Тут зліва іконка, типу, do it for her. Поняла? Поняла? Типу, да. І що далі? Так я не можу нічого робити. Я поняла, це сюжетний. Так що це не я просрала пушку. Нуль імпакту, нуль геншину. Нуль допомоги.
Where did she go?
Hey, over here!
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She kept...
Блін, дайте мені мою зброю, подивіться, будь ласка. Не дають. Що вони ці малечі хочуть? Хочуть, як міньйони, красти луну.
So this is your good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what...
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss, oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned.
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've never faced Rerir myself. But from what I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
Once I take a job, there's no... And also how to make sure I come out of this alive. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer.
Come on, Boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
Нічого вона родичка, вона просто з котячими вушками. І теж зелена.
For once, I agree with you. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary.
Ну як, я не можу котячих вушок. Просто на кота схожа.
In a precious favor I've been saved.
Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure.
Come on, Boss. You're pulling my leg again. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Шмий! І вбіжав. І все.
Hey.
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening.
Dori Sangama Bay?
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Neffer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Not Cry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing. So, Let me guess. You've run into some trouble.
You guessed correctly.
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent.
What if I told you it's someone with the power
Is that so? Then we really are.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal if you're willing to wait. I can have.
Then let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like...
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use!
Let's just say I'm borrowing. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I... So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this stuff. Simple furnishings, table and... Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly... Unless this passed for luxury income... Anyway, I'll keep...
Hi, River. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I'll test it out. And if it's as good... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few tea...
They didn't sign their name.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. But if he invites me again...
The Lindis. That
crane imports keep falling. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab grown? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushroom. That would explain why they use so much... They even use alchemically modified strains for...
I've just about saved up enough now.
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained... Did Rary rip it out in...
Before I met you, out the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered... It was you who helped me see that...
This is just trivial sentimentality from the burial place.
Наче тут все вже подивилось. Це прикольчик. Тільки воно відстає. Який жах. Не стрибай, не хочу стрибати. Він тільки може вліво-право ходити. І топорний. Руку підняти не хоче, стрибати не хоче, нічого не хоче. Моделька наче з якоїсь Silent Hill старої бігає. Так, що у мене ще тут прикольне є?
Reverie!
Ось він.
Dane! Oh, and, Vediflin here?
Hello there, Reverie. You need not address me. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink.
Well,
So, what are we discussing?
hey, don't look at me. As far as...
Come on, don't give us that.
Who'd have thought the Great Twilight Sword was an evil...
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job?
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right...
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover.
Of course he does.
Me? Same old, nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
It's not... Vediflin. Dainslift's elder brother. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have... Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother? Or why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something...
Був в нормі, встав. Емочкою, вудочкою.
Felindis? You're back early.
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vediflin showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr. Vediflnir. Yes, I've heard of him.
He overheard Dainslift mention that I'd
So, you're worried? We're nobodies. Why would the... I'm sure someone in his position has much... You worry too much, Revier. We've been...
So...
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the...
All right. Take your time. Nobodies. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Meanwhile, every idea they come up with, every decision they make, the opposition tried to speak out. But nothing can... A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he...
Це буде джемскер.
Felindis?
Фоксі. Вау, я тебе вітаю. У тебе корона.
Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us.
Ти встигаєш
But by the
читати?
same token, it's
Молодець.
unlikely to bear a grudge
Молодець.
against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revier. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's...
You're right, Felindis. I've just...
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which,
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll...
even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long...
Relax. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do.
Все, нема тебе корони. Було на третьому, потім на першому, тепер на другому, так що все. Щось пішло не так. Да.
Who'd have thought we were in this? Let's dig a little deeper.
Let's go. Пич. Як для такого лиходія дуже гарно йому дружину зробили.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's
You didn't choose this life anymore.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very Take care, Rehir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to, but that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. The Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now with the sun shine, could that be why Vedalfnir held back? I have to get a clear answer from him.
Rerir seems to be very Vedalfnir and Dainsleif. I've investigated this whole... Should I try somewhere else?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Типа якого типа? Той, то, що злодій, чи той, то, що його цей уже колега?
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of the...
For someone so young, you sure have a way with work.
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying.
You're...
May we have a
Ні.
word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided not long ago, the Rehir of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face, and look, his name is Rerir. And he claims to be one of the king's...
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple.
How strange.
Цікаво, цікаво.
Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer.
Цікаво, цікаво. Цікаво чи не цікаво? Мені цікаво. Чіпники грати.
So that was your doing? Did you just...
Any more questions and I'll have to start charging.
had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was... I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for... Luckily, we managed to learn quite a...
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too, especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one.
If you're worried about them, go see how...
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure...
Блін, я тільки хотіла зброю показати.
They might not have seen us yet, but them cops... Oh, that's never gonna... If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rare. And once he knows we're here, it will be... Oh, guess you're right. All right. Time to zip it.
Упс.
Oh, they've been oh, they might not have seen us yet, but oh, that's never... If they spot us, they'll run straight... Oh.
Бігом, 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 бігом.
Hide! We almost got spotted! Phew, that was a close call.
Упс.
Watch out! It's coming this way!
Дай мені піти, дай мені піти. А я можу так піти? Не можу.
Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
Фігурки по Геншину? Я думаю, цікаво фігурки покупати по тому, що тобі подобається, або що ти хоча б знаєш. Так ж таки. От по рафту прикольно було. Правда? Ти знаєш, там челіків різних, або ті ж саму пулу по приколу. Що це із волосами? І взагалі не докапуйся до людини.
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Фігурка відьмачки? Та ми знаємо, звідки вона. І по Геншину Метр стоїть дві фігурки. Одна стоїть, друга сидить. Кіцин. І Гин. Опа. Пазер.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino! You can't...
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Смішна Арлекіна. Намальована.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. He sure doesn't pull his punch.
Excuse me, do you need a...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
Маленький виводок котят.
considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this
Мати в кадрі? І діти в кадрі тепер.
You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourself.
Я зараз зброю покажу. Файно. Так, показую. Так, оце вона. Це цей меч. Мене ще такі мечі є, книжечки гарні. Книжечки взагалі прикольні. Золотої нема, але є гарні. І оця книжка прикольна, така темна. У мене цей меч у мавуйки. Зараз її Зараз покажу. Ні, так і не покажу. О! Так, мені якусь ачівку дали, так? Хай буде. Книга скоро буде в кадрі. Книга. Яка книга? Яка книга? Ой, ця гарна теж. З ручкою такою. Що в мене не дороблено в комп'ютері? Я думаю, ти про бумажну книжку. Геншинську бумажну. Дай мовчать.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing.
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Neffer to set up the decoys and...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret.
I see. But first, who do we have here?
Who's that?
I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You...
Surely it can't be.
Вона така, мати Василева.
Seen them before. Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a...
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui...
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been this. We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry. But ever since they arrived,
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's... Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she does, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. Guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, after all.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was a...
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and eclipse, and a whole...
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different... Long ago, it is said that the people... But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed.
still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, in those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as... What's the matter?
Вот так вот. Ему больно.
Interesting. Anything else?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir...
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. The Lindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of.
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure blood... Oh, yeah. Just like...
If we could somehow find her...
It's possible. But it would take a miracle. That merchant who Neffer knows. Doris...
All right, then. Let's keep work. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monster... At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger.
I'll head back to the curatorium and...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with.
Ти маєш на увазі, що по кольору плоскі? А що не промальовано деталі в очах? Чи ти про інше?
Given that the wild hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own... I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Neffer when they get back.
All right, then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving, too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided... Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed.
We're back.
Окраш синій чи жовтий? Синьо-жовтий.
Or a little late.
Хто за кого? За синього чи за жовтого?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon got everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. I'm gonna make some more later, but...
За синього. Понятно. Я приймаю вашу відповідь. Антон.
Neffa, could you fill in Uncle Varka?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to...
Ну, мені теж синій здається більш інтересним.
But according to Flints's intel, several outbreaks of the wild hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the
Плюс за
that was
синього.
before Revere had regained
Approved.
his body.
Всі одноголосно проголосували за синього. За цього, за примар.
With everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. I know. I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than D. And Neffer and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I?
A database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
Я завжди забуваю, що його тут такі довгі патли, аж до сідниць. А у цього короткі. Теж прикольно. Такий рибій хвостик. Чи і так непогано.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hard.
We already decided that Neffer should go investigate the situation over at Amp. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment.
Ще трошки, мабуть. І все. І частинка закінчиться. Сейчас на мотоциклі поїду. Все, не поїхало багато.
Here, this will.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, we still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if you...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline.
Huh? Are you serious? Isn't... You're
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins. And what's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became a harbinger, the jester together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return...
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it...
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far.
Oh, sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait.
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon, does that mean that the Karians were to the crypt?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it... Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe... Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar, and when I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye, in your flames.
Мільйон грошей не дадуть одну малітку.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the... Anyway, time is against us here, so I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter sent...
That's right. For now, the iridescent moon is already part of who you...
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started?
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me a book called Harry, also known as Leobron. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But in the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children
beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the god. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon.
The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. The book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that this was their way of...
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in...
There's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere?
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap, but in short, I can open a passage to that space for you. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler,
Oh no.
spare me a little more moonlight if you would. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice as you're crossing over.
Got it.
I sense a sinister gloom inside. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who is
Капець. А, я хотіла поміняти собі на Арлекіна, щоб піти, але вона не хоче. Я горю? Я горю, я не горю? Не горю. Чоп, по сходинкам. Прикольно. Цікаво.
The abyss?
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains.
Careful! There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something... Haimon's right behind you. What if... By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon is shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
От, ну, нехай буде так. Не буду Арлекіна вже чіпати. Самий імбовий персонаж. Я обожнюю Катуху. Це самий крутий для мене персонаж. Я обожнюю і граю з ним постійно. Крутямбовий. І Фуріночка теж.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Задивилась трохи. Нічого.
Into the wind.
Watch out! Light it up! Watch out! Coming at ya!
Звуки трансформера. Трансформувався в сміття. Так, у нас тут немає ніяких сундучків скритих. Сподіваюсь, нема.
The wind knows me. One with nature.
Huh? Huh? For real? That's way too high!
No. I'm not. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow. Wait, see that? Looks. Oh, looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that! You think these mechanisms...
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Felindis? Is that Rere's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her voice here? Oh, yeah. So,
The abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. For me, of all people, to be here and...
Так, далі. Пішли.
Into the wind.
Watch out! Hiya! Ha!
looks like the abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Hey there! Light up the blazing sun! Hey there! Ha-ha! Ah!
One with nature.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to a...
Ні. Попаде? Блін, попав. Не попав. А тут попаде? Не попав. Це мені треба швидко. Вже 2 години стрімлю. Ого.
With the abyss inhibitors in place, I should... Oh, Revier. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're... If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Hey, look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Elendis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon.
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile orb.
Then there's no time to lose! Let's go!
Try and stop me!
Леся? Це явно щось не то. Я, вибачте, не дивлюсь ці повідомлення, я трошки дивлюсь сюжет.
These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow.
Ну то, що тут дають обрати свою команду.
Destroy these things before we can reach it!
Туда їм.
Into the wind. Try and stop me!
Ну куди?
The iridescent moon's marrow. If we can purify the abyssal power with... It's so cold. Is it you? Are you here?
Huh? Are you talking to us?
At long last, I can see you once more. I'm sorry. lied to you. Even knowing what was to come. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like I was being cut into pieces. But tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? You look so puzzled. That's how I felt too when I first saw you.
Затягнутий квест, ну це сюжет основний, тому здається так.
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But
perhaps she took me for the goddess of the frost, for a fading soul like hers. Our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help. All right. Time to leave this place and...
Та тут, в принципі, з цієї локації виходимо вже.
That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon. Huh? Oh, lifeless damsel.
Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Як буряк порізаний.
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
We made it! Is that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification.
But surely... Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina, are you okay?
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned. At least to the level it was at as third.
It's still not enough. There's just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take it.
How about now? Fighting fit?
У неї ще інше є ім'я. Не тільки субредка Колумбіна.
I want to see him gone from not cry. The ray here of soul.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more up. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp, but now you're full of vitality.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow. But whatever you're after, don't let the abyss take a hold of you.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden,
Ось тобі всі ім'я.
They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. All right, that's it from me.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character.
Yippee!
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength, and that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
Про це я вже буду пізніше дивитися. Текс. Я забула. Я вже 3 дня не заходила собі в чайник. Чи більше. Ти прочитав, які були імена ще у Колумбіни? Спів прочитати?
This realm is true.
Щось нове додав? Ага. Окей. Блін, у мене, в принципі... Хай буде це.
If
you ever have a dream when you... Все, я молюсь і лягаю спати. Якщо буде щось 4-зіркове, це теж непогано. Це тупо, як у мене в заставці на ютубі. Тупо така заставка, як на ютубі у мене в прев'юхі. Так, все. Так, яка мені оружка давати? Може я можу її додати одна до одної? Угу, можу. Куди ці звуки? Хто це робить? А, це ця шляпа поправляє. Понятно. Окей, anyway. Все, буду вже відпочивати. Дякую, хто дивився. Всім на добраніч. Пока.